Guys, there's a lot about the late Mr. Ibu that the general public was not privy to. Now, we only got to know about John Okafor's struggle late 2023, but this man's entire life was one of struggle, guys, in every way that a man can struggle. Now, we know that he had financial issues, okay? Now, if you go into Mr. Ibu's past, what you will find out is that he was born into a very poor family, a very humble background. Now, in his own words, Mr. Ibo actually said his family was the poorest in their village, and that from a very early age he had to now start doing menial jobs just to keep a body and soul alive. Now, at a point, he even had to move over to another state to live with his uncle because they could not fend. Now, Mr. Ibo started going for audition. Okay, he tried hairdressing, hairstyling, he tried photography, but none of these things worked for him. And then he moved over to audition. Now, luckily for him, he was discovered by the veteran, okay, Pete Edochie, that saw the talent in him, and that was actually the changing point for this man. Now, he started his career in Nollywood, okay, as a crew behind the crew, not as an actor like we know, but in that was in 1978, and as at 1992, he decided to venture into Nollywood proper. Now, surprisingly, even though he was in Nollywood, he was not known. It was in 2004 that he got his big break when he acted the movie Mr. Ibu. Now, you can imagine the struggle, guys, from 1992 to 2004. We're talking 12 good years of obscurity, of struggling, okay, of not being known, even though he was giving it his best. Now, he got his big break in Mr. Ibu, and the movie even went on to have three other sequels that brought this man to the limelight. So, like, at that point, God was picking his call, okay, and that was marked the end of his financial struggle to a point. I got to the fact that he started getting endorsement deals left, right, and center. He got to Globacom and was paid a whopping 30 million naira. He got to Go TV and was paid another 30 million naira. He got with so many other big brands and was paid multi millions. Okay, now that is his financial life. It was like God finally decided that this man has struggled enough and decided to give him a break. Now, when it comes to his marital life, this is another aspect where Ibu faced betrayal, faced struggle, series of struggles. Now, Mr. Ibu met his first wife and got married to her in 1998. Now, he said this marriage was a bad one because this lady was not even his choice. She was liked by his mom and his sister, and they practically persuaded him to marry her, okay, because she was from his hometown, Enugu. So he got married to her, but he said the marriage was fraught with challenges, and last they had to now go their separate ways, when they could no longer cope. Now, he met his other wife, his new wife, Stella Maris, the one he was married to up until his demise. He met her and then they got married traditionally May 25th, 2010. Okay, now when they got married, this lady went on to have four kids for him, and they did their white wedding in 2015. And guys, you would think that this guy has gotten his break. Okay, he had been married at this point for over 5 years, but he still had his struggles. Now, according to Ibu, now his first marriage was bad, right? But he has described his second marriage as the worst ever. So you can imagine if number one was bad, how number two would be. Okay, he said his second wife was something else, and that if this marriage does not work, he wasn't going to bother getting married anymore. I'm sure Mr. Ibo was just ready to just keep things going, however they were. Now, a lot of marriages out there are not good, but people just patch things. They look for other avenues to get their source of joy from. I'm sure that was the case with our man here, okay? Now, nobody would have even known anything was happening if he had not fallen ill, seriously ill, and then come out to the public in 2023. Now, the actor was so ill that he had to be bedridden. He had to be admitted at the hospital, and because his funds could not cater to his medical expenses. That's actually another issue. Now, this man had been a millionaire. Okay, he had seen millions, multi millions, tens of millions, but we don't know where that money went into. And this video is not even about what happened to that money. What we're saying is that when he took ill, he didn't have the money to cover his medical expenses. Now, as his common with Nollywood actors, he decided to turn to the public for assistance. And guys, that is when we now got to know that so many people actually love this man. Now, Mr. Ibo he was someone that brought smiles to people's faces, and people were willing to support him at this his down moment. Now, when Nigerians got to know that his health was so bad that one of his legs was to be amputated, or was there was a risk of it being amputated, people turned out en masse to show their support, to send donations, and the money started pouring in. And guys, this was when things changed. Now, Mr. Ibu had four children with his wife Stella Maris, his second wife, although he lost one along the line. Now we started hearing stories while the actor was actually on his sick bed. His wife Stella Maris, Chinyere Okafor, and his adopted daughter Jasmine Okafor now started fighting over the donations. Now, Jasmine, on her own part, has come out to say that Stella Maris was actually planning to use the money that was donated for Ibu, for Mr. Ibu, to use the money for her own personal gains. Now, to quote her, she said Stella Maris said that her time to enjoy had come, and that she was going to now get an iPhone 15. That's the latest iPhone right now. She was also going to buy herself a brand new car and pay for rent. That is, these words are according to Stella Maris. Now, on her own part, these words are according to Jasmine Okafor. Now, on Stella Maris' part, she has come out to refute this claim, stating that they are just rumors. She actually, in defending herself, said that she only mentioned getting a car in passing because the hustle of actually going to and fro, tending to Mr. Ibu, managing his donation was getting to her, and she just mentioned that getting a car was going to make things easy for her. Right. So we don't even know what is happening right now. Jasmine have also accused Stella Maris of going fetish and then consulting a native doctor to harm her. But as usual, Stella Maris also came to refute this claim. Now, on her own part, Stella Maris now accused Jasmine of siphoning the money donated for her own personal use. Now, guys, this matter even blew up. Now, I'm sure you heard about it, where Jasmine and one of Mr. Ebo's sons, Daniel, were accused of conniving to run away with over 300 million donated for the actor's medical bills. According to the story, they had already hacked into Mr. Ebo's account and transfer this money out to Jasmine's account. Now, they also did a secret court marriage and were planning to relocate to the UK before the whole saga was exposed by Stella Maris. So, a lot of things, went on with this guy. So many things that could have contributed to his slow recovery, guys. We're not saying this is what, but I think that these things could have weighed the actor so much that he also struggled emotionally. Okay, so on the home front, he wasn't getting peace. His wife was allegedly giving him trouble. Okay, she was fighting over funds when she was supposed to be with her husband. Now we saw cases of her taking care of the man. But guys, if you notice something, there were videos of her taking care of her husband, which is very strange. Now, in my opinion, even though you're in the entertainment industry, there are some things that should be kept private. Like, you were taking care of your husband and then you set up a camera to record everything just so that you could put online. This to me is just so vain. Okay, no, guys, if you notice, P Square, Root Boy of P Square was actually by Mr. Abel's side all through, taking care of this man, giving him help in every way. One of Mr. Abel's last words were actually prayers for Root Boy. He was praying that Root Boy was going to make it into heaven and nothing was going to stop him. And that's because Root Boy was there for him in every way a person can be there for a friend. But guys, there was no time where Ruth Boy actually videoed himself taking care of Mr. Ibu. There was no time where he snapped a picture to put out there. And this just goes to show that Ruth Boy, P Square, is actually a very wonderful soul. Now, we cannot say this of others who visited him and made sure they took pictures just to splash on social media, just to portray themselves as good people and all that. So Mr. Ibo actually faced a lot. Now, we're not even saying, domestically, his second wife was giving him issues. His first wife also did hers. Now, in 2011, Mr. Ibo's entire family was kidnapped. Okay, this news was all over social media. And at a point, when the kidnappers got to know that the police were on their trail, they released every other member of his family except his wife Stella Maris and their 1 year old son. Now, later on, he had to pay the sum of 4 million naira after so much back and forth. The kidnappers initially asked for 50 billion, but later on reduced it to 6 million. But last he paid 4 million and they released his wife and son. Now, only for us to later hear that his first wife was allegedly behind the kidnap. So this man faced so many issues, guys, so many struggles from every corner. Now, this matter was never proven. Okay, we don't know if she was actually there. It was just alleged that she was behind the kidnap. So Mr. Ibu really faced so much betrayal on so much fronts, from his allegedly from his first wife, from his second wife, from his daughter, his adopted daughter, from his biological son. So in all, it seemed like he actually had no one of his blood that was actually true to him. Now, guys, this that might not sound like a very nice thing to say, but I'm sure wherever this man is right now, he is free. He's no longer surrounded by people who will betray him at the drop of a hat. So he is actually finally at peace, and that is actually a good thing. That is one good thing in all of this. Okay, so guys, and no matter what you do, just try being nice to people around you, because you don't know what their struggles are all about. Now, people come out, we all come out to present a very happy face, a very bold face to people. But funny enough, we might be having deep battles raging on our insides or all around us. Let's just try to be nice to people around us as best we can. Now, guys, while you're at it, please try to be nice to this channel also by smashing that like button, as liking this video does a lot to help this channel. It does a lot to actually help us promote our videos to others. So guys, please just take a few seconds to hit that like button. Then if you're yet to subscribe, please join this family by subscribing, turn on your notification icon. Okay, then guys, please share this video to your friends, as many as you can, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.